Hi, so this is our little bit of a 5-minute mobility program. It's to release your back, release the hips, stretch out the thighs, but also get just a little bit of engagement happening just so that we're tracking properly. Really handy if you can use a strap. It can be like a belt or anything like that. It doesn't have to be a fancy yoga strap. We're going to lie on your back. We're going to make sure that our legs are bent. Okay, and the key thing here is keeping our feet in line. Taking our arms, stretching those down, tucking the chin in, spreading the shoulders. So you want to feel the backs of your shoulders starting to wake up, so a little bit of muscle engagement there. A little bit of a squeeze in the armpits, keeping the ribs on the floor, making sure that you have a nice, comfortable back, okay? So we don't want to feel like any tightness in the spine. So if that means you need to be pressing your back gently into the floor, that's okay. We're going to be working on our breath as well. So using our breath, we're going to press our lower back into the mat, engage the muscles in the back line of the body. So buttocks, back of thighs, back of arms, back of shoulders, as we gently peel up. And then we're going to keep breathing as we lower down, okay? The first couple are going to be pretty stiff. They're not going to move much. That's really normal. Try not to push the movement because we don't want the body to kind of try and lock up and fight you. So we're just moving with kind of ease, and what you'll find is as the body warms up, then you can get a little bit more. So we're just working on 3s today. 3s is a super easy number for you. Keep working with your breath. So we've got one more here, slowly peeling up. Still working into the shoulders, so you want to feel a little bit of stretch across the chest. Keeping the chin tucked in, nice slow peel down. From here we're going to start waking up the tummy muscles and the back, opening the chest even further. So nice wide arms, palms to ceiling, roll your shoulders down. Ribs are going to stay pretty strong into the floor. Keep the feet on the mat for a start. As we breathe, we're going to roll our legs to one side, gently tuning the head to look to the opposite direction. Keep your shoulders down. We're going to squeeze the muscles on an angle from our ribs down to our hip bones, pull up and in to bring the legs back into center using our tummy muscles. So we breathe on the movement, so nice big breath, nice tight, strong core to come back into center. So the core is doing the work to bring the legs in. We're only moving as far as it feels comfortable for a start. We're trying not to let any lock or grab or spasm occur in the back, okay? So we're slowly moving, waking the twist up, really focusing on anchoring through the back of the shoulders, through the back of the arms, the back of the wrists, and even the back of the head. So just 3 either side, just to wake everything up. Keeping the tummy hug nice and strong, over to the other direction. Then we're going to keep waking up the brain, waking up our shoulders. From here we're going to come into center, arms come back down by our sides, strong core, stretch out one arm and the opposite leg, keep the resting leg on the floor at the moment. So we're really working on keeping the line of our foot, knee and hip in the same line, so the hip is not rolling inwards or essentially the thigh bone. Breathing to return into center, keeping the core drawn in. So we're trying to make sure that that tummy is strong and not popping up. Our shoulder stays down into the mat. So that means the big tight muscles at the top of the shoulder, they're not switching on. And if you do want to add challenge at any stage, we're trying to let the resting leg be a little bit lighter on the floor. So strong core, keep the ribs down, keeping those shoulders away from the ears, even if that means you don't get to go as far as what you think that you need. Breathe as you move. And then we're going to return back into center. From here, we're going to bring our arms back behind us, maintaining our ribs on the floor, circling the arms into our sides, adding our leg stretch as you're ready. So stretching out one leg, making sure that the knee and the foot and the hips stay in alignment, coming back into center. So 3 times either side. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears so that we keep the muscles at the top of the shoulder free. Breathe as we extend, keeping the core hug, coming back into center. And extending again, returning back into center. We're going to do one more. Either side, nice and easy. Well done.
From here we're going to move a little bit into our PNF stretching, so this is where our strap is going to come in handy. We're going to set the hips up as well, so bringing our outside ankle onto our thigh, creating a triangle shape between our legs, nice wide arms, palms to ceiling, chest open, chin tucked in, roll our leg to one side just to where it feels comfortable. We're not pushing it today. Keeping the anchoring happening through the fingertips, the backs of the wrist, the backs of the arms, backs of the shoulders. So anchoring is where we're trying to really press that into the mat. See if we can reduce any movement happening there, allowing the movement to happen from our hips and our lower back. So nice big easy breath here. Remember that we're not here to force the movement, just to feel how it's going. Great work. So nice ease here as we swap the legs over. Your challenge is to make sure that as you transition your legs to the other side, that your hips stay stable. Re-anchoring through the shoulders, again turning the head to the opposite direction. When you get to the second round, it's easy for your shoulders to start to try and hinge. So really start to bring more intensity to the anchoring down into the mat. And when that happens, you'll notice that you get more release through your back and hips. Keep the breath moving as you move. Keep the back of the head tucked in and maybe even a little more pressure on the head as you're twisting. And it's just going to keep creating a release for you. Well done. Coming back into center now, grabbing hold of your extra arm lengthener, whatever it is going to be. We're going to pop it behind the thigh, okay? And we're going to hold on to it as tight as you can. Really important here because we're really working on keeping the neck and shoulders free, that you keep the shoulders soft and pulled away from the ears, and you're feeling an engagement between the back of the shoulders rather than at the top. So here we're going to hold on to the leg. There should be no tightness in the front of the hip. If there is, pop your leg down. Place your thumb into the crease of your groin, roll the muscles out as you bring the leg in. Once the leg is in, that muscle can't roll back in because it's squashed out, okay? So we pull just to where you feel an easy stretch, so it shouldn't be a big stretch at all. Make sure you maintain your breathing and that the knee is in the same line as the shoulder to which it originates from. From here, you're going to then push the leg as hard as you can away from you. So it's pushing in this direction, however we're using the strength of the back of our arms and shoulders to resist the movement of your leg. Keep breathing. Your breathing is really important here. After about 2 breath cycles, as you're ready, on your next breath out, release the tension of your leg trying to press away from you and gently bring the leg a little bit closer to your chest, okay? So then pressing away, couple of breaths here. Nice big breath in, set your body and the breath out, let the leg relax, bring it a little bit closer, okay? So we're going to do that 3 times, and what you're going to be feeling is a stretch anywhere down the back of your thigh, into your buttock, even into your lower back, okay? From here, we're going to bring the leg across the body, so we don't need the strap for this. Sometimes it helps if you're feeling particularly tight, so you can hold the hand to bring the leg across, or if you can reach, you can place the hand on the outside of your thigh. Now you can bring the neck closer to your chest. What that's going to do is just change a little bit of the stretch. You can take it further away. Again, you can use your strap here to allow length to the arm, making sure again that our shoulders are away from our ears. Stretch out the bottom leg to add challenge, and when you're ready, okay, the more that your leg is pressing down into the floor, the more stretch you're going to get. Extend the spare arm, roll the leg gently across the back, okay? Across the body, sorry. Opening up through this hip, okay? So just like we did before, we're going to hold and resist the movement. The knee is actually going to try and open sideways. So we're going to be bringing the leg across. However, that movement's going to be restricted by the strength of the back of your shoulder, the back of your arm. So just keeping the breath even here, making sure that we're not feeling discomfort in the back. There should be no discomfort in the groin. You can do that when you roll out with the muscle. Then as you're really slowly releasing, allowing a little bit more movement, okay? So we're just going to be doing that 3 times again. So you're doing the resistance for 2 breaths. So you have to breathe, still anchoring through the shoulders. And when you're ready, big breath in. As you're ready, breathing out. Release the resistance and see if you can bring the leg across a little bit more. Now what happens is when you've stretched quite a lot through this hip, you need to be really mindful of coming back. So we roll back through the ribs, we have a nice strong core activation. We're bringing our leg back into neutral, placing our foot back on the floor, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So hugging the leg towards your chest, either holding with your hands as you feel more comfortable, or the strap behind the thigh. Again, you can roll your hip out. And again, if you would like extra stretch, you can always extend the bottom leg, pushing as hard as you can into the mat. Okay, the leg pushes away from us. Remember, we're trying to resist that movement, really anchoring into the back line of the body. So we're strengthening still here. As you're ready, breath out, hug that leg a little bit more, release the resistance, and push away again. Okay, you'll be surprised at how much distance you can get pulling in once you've done the push out. So the harder the better for the push out. When you've done that 3 times, bringing the leg across the body now. Adjust the angle to where you feel that you need. Extend the bottom arm. Turn and look if you would like a little bit more stretch through the chest. And again, that resistance is going to be trying to move open. We're resisting it. See how my elbows on the floor, the back, my shoulders rolling down into the mat. Keep trying to push up. And then release. Okay? So do that 3 times. Return back into center. Releasing our leg. We return back to our hip release. Bringing our ankle on our thigh. Nice wide arms. Rolling our leg from side to side. Just checking in here. So 3 times either side. As you feel comfortable, maintaining the length of your back. It's easy once you are doing things at home. You don't have someone nagging you to try and arch the back. It makes you pretend that you're going further, but it's going to just give you a tight back and not release your hips. Really still thinking about our anchoring. So much work is in anchoring today. Okay, and one more either side. Keep your breath moving. Okay, what you will probably notice is that there is a big difference here. It's going to feel a little bit easier. Okay, that doesn't mean you need to force it harder. We continue keeping a slow movement as we transition. Our hips stay stable as we move to the other side. And it's really okay that you're going to notice different releases here. The body works like a chain. So once we release different links in the chain, other links are going to show up as being tight. That's okay. That's where we get to loosen them off here. Still using a nice strong hug to the tummy, just to let the back know that it's safe. That means it can move, it's going to feel a little bit safer, and increases its comfort zone of movement. Good work. Now this next one's a little bit dicky, but it's really important that we're going to stretch the front of our thighs. So if you can, what you're going to do is create a little bit of a lasso around your ankle. So you can either tie it, or if you have a little link through your belt, you can slide your belt through and you've lassoed your foot. Okay? From here we're going to lie onto your tummy, trying to keep your hips square, and the lasso, the strap now is coming over the shoulder. So this is going to allow us not to be pulling back, and I can use my little bit of leverage from my strap just to get a little bit stretched. So there should be no tension in the lower back, it should all be in the thigh. And we're going to pull the foot towards our buttocks to where we have a gentle stretch. It's really easy for the back to try and take over here, so if you want to lower down through the chest, you can. The resistance here is the foot trying to straighten and pull away. We're trying to pull the strap to hold that resistance. So the foot's trying to pull away. We're resisting that with the strap. Nice big breath, 2 breath cycle. Then as you're ready, on your next breath out, get a little bit of distance, okay? Important to keep the heel in line with the hip. It's not tipping in, it's not rocking out, otherwise we can have some issues with our knee. You never want to feel discomfort in your knee here as you do this. From here we're going to release our lasso. You're going to reach over and do the other side. Can be a little bit of a dicky process. Nice and short. And then hugging that knee to our bottom, okay? And then pushing away with that foot. Okay, 2 breaths, nice relax, bring it in. And again, it's still the upper shoulder muscles at the back, not at the top of the shoulders that are doing the work here. And resist. 2 breaths. On the next breath out, let it relax so you can get a little bit more stretch. Keep pressing the hips squarely into the mat so we're not twisting, which is a common occurrence, and that our foot is in the same line. Okay? Slowly releasing that leg. When we're ready, we're going to come up to standing. We take our time because we've been lying down for a little bit of time. This next one, what you can do is stand on a step, okay? And we're going to be grabbing a wee step. So this is for our ankle mobility. Okay, the further forwards your foot is on your step, the easier it's going to be, the further back, the harder. From here, locking into the tummy, engaging the buttocks, trying to keep an alignment from shoulders, ribs, hips, knees and toes. We're going to lift up into a wee calf raise here and then allow our heels to drop down. Now we work on tempo here. So imagine that it's a 2 count to lift, a 2 count to hold, and then a nice, very slow 4 count to lower. Maintaining a lovely pelvic tilt so that our lower back doesn't feel like it needs to do the work. Weirdly enough, 3 here is fine, and then we're ready to go for a big walk or anything like that. So hopefully that's going to help, and I'll see you later on.